We're the three
Oh,
amigos.
hell yeah.
I'm Amigo 1, and Star's Amigo 2, and Aleya's Amigo 4.
Who's Amigo 3?
We don't talk. Yeah, exactly.
Did he die?
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah, let's just say that. Well, welcome everybody. This is the
Did you forget the name of your own podcast?
No, it's not hard to remember. It's BD Cast. It's like the easiest name. It's a really bad name, but I can't think of anything better, and I'm lazy. So today we have Aleya, who's actually going to be speaking this time, and won't be asleep.
Yes.
For now.
No, I will not fall asleep.
We'll see. And we also have Starnox, who's he's cool.
Oh.
Was that a nice or a bad
That's what I'm
or?
thinking.
It's a nice
Well, okay. I don't have anything planned. Do
Oh.
you guys have anything you want to talk about? Okay, well, today we're going to be talking about Michael Jackson. Was he actually innocent? Find out.
Find out after the break.
What if we just went on into a full-on political debate? Like,
I don't think I could hold I don't think I could hold up a debate.
our friend Nitro really hates being blue on
Why?
Discord servers.
Because it's a
Oh.
basic color on every
It's because
Discord
it's basically the color every server uses for not for someone like not very important, and on
Oh.
Joel's server he used to be blue. Then I changed the color to the same color as the background on Discord dark mode. So whenever
That's what that was.
so whenever he types, you
Yeah.
can't see the message, which I think is really funny.
My question is,
Sometimes I just see like posted today at time, and then I'm like,
Yeah, you just see the time, but you can't see the name.
my question is, why? I forgot my question. Great, thanks.
Well, that's a great question, Aleya. Why? Or why anything,
Oh,
really?
why?
I mean, why
Yeah.
even exist? You know,
No, I had a question and I forgot. What
why
it
is
was.
blue the color used for people that aren't important on Discord servers? Why does
No.
Nitro hate blue? Why does Nitro have a
you
human?
think- wait,
Why does
wait.
Nitro have a human version of Amy Rose as a profile picture? That's a very
Well-
good question.
Because he's
yes, it is.
Look,
Oh,
if it was the actual hedgehog, then he'd be a furry, and he's not a furry.
yeah.
Amy is 12. But
Excuse
anyway,
me, I am not a furry.
Aleya, what is your what were you gonna say?
I don't remember, but Star called me a furry, sir.
You have to go off the topic of conversation to mention that. Aleya very much dislikes being called a furry, despite
It's true.
making cat noises and
Okay,
and
listen.
like to be represented with cat ears
Okay,
all the time.
Okay, there's a big story behind that. When I was little, all I wanted was more cats. Like, we had a cat, he died because the neighbors hit him with the car, shattered his foot.
Oh. You just casually
There wasn't
mention that, like,
there wasn't
nothing.
like a 3-act structure to that. You introduced a cat, and then in the next sentence you killed him off.
He was a pretty... Well, my mom had him before I was born. He was pretty old. His name was Lynx. He was like, he was a ginger-colored
Was he a
cat.
lynx?
No, he was not. I don't even know what kind of cat he was. It was a while ago. But I knew that he would jump over the fence, and me and my mom would be like, "Oh my god, he can fly!"
That's really stupid.
He would also lie on you, like on your chest, and he'd start drooling. That was pretty cute. But yeah, the neighbors, one day, just driving their car around the corner, hit my cat and smashed his hips. He's dead now.
Oops.
Oh.
So what? So why do you like the cat ears?
Well, you see, as you can tell by when I was little, I loved cats. I still love cats. Cats are my favorite animal. I love them to pieces. I don't know. I just think they're really cute. But I am not a furry.
Do you
I
like?
identify.
Do you
Yes,
like?
Max?
Do you like Catwoman in the in Batman?
No, not really.
Oh.
I identify as a Nico, one of those anime cat girls.
Yeah, because Nico is just the Japanese word for cat. Well, I was about to say, I almost said Spanish.
Nico is the
What if there was like,
Spanish.
so anime is based off Japanese culture and is an entire animation style. What if there was something like that for like Spain
Spanish.
or like just like South America or something like that?
Wait. How do you say cat in Spanish?
Espanol. That's
Hold on,
just
let me
Spanish in
I have
Spanish.
Google Translate on my phone, so if I just go cat and we go from English to
Spanglish.
Spanglish. I love me some Spanglish. Vietnamese, Siberian, Russian. Where's Spanish? There's Spanish. Okay. No, I want it to go from yeah.
Give it a second.
What?
What was that?
Gato.
Ghetto.
Ghetto.
Ghetto?
Technically.
Sure.
Just going up to some Spanish guy. Oh, you've got a ghetto?
I. And then he's like, a ghetto what? Because he doesn't actually speak Spanish.
He's a faker. He's a fake Spanish man.
Faker? I think you're the fake Spanish around here.
Poser.
I feel like cats are like a really weird animal to me because like dogs, you can kind of tell the personal attachment they have to their owners and they're energetic and stuff like that. Cats just sit around all day. They scratch you if they don't feel comfortable around you. They do the exact opposite of whatever you want them to do. Like they always like want to eat when they're supposed to be sleeping, or like they're supposed to, or like eating when they're supposed to be playing or whatever.
Yeah, Star just said that they're cute.
I mean,
Yes.
some are. Then there's like Grumpy Cat. Grumpy Cat's not cute. He's also dead.
That is
So
in his own way.
when did Grumpy Cat
Yeah.
die?
I don't know. I have a book of Grumpy Cat.
Really?
Rest
Yeah, I
in peace,
have,
Grumpy
like-
Cat.
2 books. One of them was ABCs of Oh, I have 3. One is like ABCs of Grumpy Cat. It was one of those like golden binding books. You know the ones with the gold strips? With the
Right.
pictures?
Yeah.
It was one of those. I had that one, and then I had Grumpy Cat Christmas, and then I had
Cat
Grumpy
Saves
Cat,
Christmas.
and then I had like a Grumpy Cat one. It's actually here somewhere. I don't remember what it's called, and I can't be bothered to get it out. But it's like the official book of no, and it's just him saying no to a bunch of things. I'm pretty sure in one of them he says no to babies.
Oh, good. I'm anti-baby.
Dude,
in
I'm
the-
with him, to be honest.
in the back
Yeah.
in the back of the book. In the back of the book, there's a bunch of no stickers, so I could literally go up to anyone and put a no on them.
Right. That's probably
Just
vandalism.
go to like enemy and just put a no on them, and then they just disappear out of existence.
Do you think when Grumpy
I'm gonna
Cat
go find a
died...
book.
Okay, Aleya. Do you think when Grumpy Cat died, there were people that were, like, legitimately sad over that?
I didn't even
probably
know
the
that.
owner.
Because there has to have been people that have been legitimately upset at the fact that Grumpy Cat died, despite the fact that they have no personal attachment to him because he's just a cat on the internet. That happened with Gabe the dog. Do you remember Gabe the dog? The little Bork guy?
Yeah.
People were sad when he died.
Yeah.
Because they were
So cute.
I mean, he wasn't a bad dog. It's just like it was just a random dog on the internet. You don't. Are you that attached to a dog that you don't even know? I mean, I guess it's like when a celebrity dies. Except celebrities, usually have something to them that makes them
Or
good.
when fictional characters die, you're also sad. Like
yeah,
Because you
like
want
when
them to
when
move off.
Brian Griffin died, and they revived him 2 episodes later. If I ever make a
Ryan
show.
Griffin died?
Yeah, if I ever make a show, then I want to do that. I want to have a character die and then have them revived 3 episodes later. And then, so basically what happened was that Brian Griffin, Stewie and Brian are like doing something.
I
The
think they're
episode,
playing hockey.
the episodes established the fact that Stewie, he usually has a time machine, but he breaks it for some reason. And then they're playing hockey or whatever, and then Stewie's going back to the house to set things up. For some reason, they're on the road, and then Brian's on the road by himself. And then a car comes rushing in, and then Stewie says, "Brian, look out!" And then the car crushes Brian, and then he gets run over. And then there's a scene where he's like on his like deathbed, and then he's looking up at the family, and his last words, he says, "I love you all so much," and then he dies. And then they replace him with a different dog for 2 episodes, and then in the 3rd episode of this arc, they go and Stewie makes the time machine and goes and saves them, and then the message to it all was appreciate your family when you have them, because you'll never know when you lose them, and then revive them in a time machine. But what was really funny about that is that there was this really popular image around for a while where it's this guy who got a tattoo of Brian Griffin, and it says "Rest in Peace" with the Family Guy font, and just to have that, yeah, and him, it's just so funny to me.
Wait, I didn't see this.
Just look it up. So it'll be on the screen now. It's really funny. Because that's like...
Okay, but hear me out. What if that guy in the future gets like a dog that looks exactly like Brian Griffin?
And the name's Brian.
Yes.
He's and then he has...
And then the dog dies.
Then he's just got this... He's just got this harsh reminder on his arm, or wherever he's got the tattoo, that his nude pet dog is gonna die one day. Every time he looks at it, he's like, "Oh yeah, that's what that's for."
Yeah, and he's gonna... Oh, wouldn't it be so cruel if he, like, recreated his death as well?
That's definitely not... There was
like he plays Stewie, and then like he pushes
like
Brian, and like, "Brian, look out!"
That's like on the level of like that one guy who made his girlfriend's pug do a Nazi salute, and then I think he got like fined. It's so funny.
When did that happen?
I mean, I don't remember, but it's a really funny just concept.
Oh my god.
You can call out how, like, ethical that is, but I still think it's really funny.
Talking about pugs, I'm getting a pug.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Really?
Pug.
Yeah, well, we were gonna get a Chihuahua, but my Auntie Betty, who had a Chihuahua named Rookie, he's also dead. She said that she said that they needed a lot of attention, like 24/7 attention, and I wasn't gonna be at home to give it that attention. It's technically like having a girlfriend.
Oh, so neither of us would know. Thanks. That's a really great way to put it.
A boyfriend for you, Star.
Oh yeah, thanks. So now I'm left out.
I'm giving you a heads up, Max. But yeah, and then she was like, "If you want tiny dog, get pug." And I'm like, "Yes, I get pug." I like their faces.
That's what I hate. I have very strong feelings against pugs because
that's what my mom has. I used to have strong feelings against pugs.
Their whole thing is that the whole reason why people find them cute is because essentially that all their faces have been like smashed in with a frying pan, and because of that, their faces are mushed and they can't breathe properly out their noses. So it's awful, and the only reason why they exist is because of humans like breeding, like having dogs, certain dogs bred, and the only reason
basically disabled.
Yeah, exactly. People are like, "Oh, they're so cute." It's just kind of, I don't know. What if, Aleya, you had gotten a Chihuahua and then you're going to prom, which we don't have prom, but you're going to prom.
Yes,
and
we do.
Do we?
Prom.
Oh,
it's called formal for us.
Mm-hmm.
But I call it prom.
It's called formal. It rhymes. No, you're getting into your big high heels because you wear high heels to the formal. True. And then the Chihuahua runs in and he goes, "Arr, arr, arr, arr," and you say, "Oh, hello, Poochingis," or whatever you called your dog. And then you And then you hear a knock at the door, and you're like, "It's Joel!" And then you run out your door, but on the way you accidentally the heel stabs into the Chihuahua,
Oh my god.
and then you see a portion of his brain.
You can just much your brain and eat it like soup.
What if that happened? What if that happened, and then like a red smoke started coming out of its head for no reason?
And steam
It just started bubbling.
Yeah, it makes that like cartoon like steaming sound, like the kettle sound or whatever.
Max, you know what? Basically, when I was talking about with my auntie that like, oh, you shouldn't get Chihuahua, and she said that it's so small my dad might not see it and kick it across the room by accident.
That would probably be me if I had any puppy, to be honest.
That would be so funny.
I think I was thinking about that recently, where I was like, what if I got like a little tiny puppy, and then I thought of the possibility of me like accidentally like stepping on it or kicking it across the room. Have you?
Let's play Chihuahua football.
Oh, I think Tom O'Reilly or someone like showed this awful video that I think is real of a guy with a cat. And it's like nighttime, and he gets the cat to stand on his hind legs, and then he like kicks him over a fence, and it's so awful.
Jesus.
And I think the guy got like arrested or something for animal cruelty.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah.
Would.
It's really messed up to laugh at it, but I mean the way it's like
That's
structured, it's just.
The way it's structured.
I don't know. I just think it's funny. Oh, well,
If it was a little dog, you wouldn't be laughing.
probably.
Because it's a cat, you're like, it's funny, it's a cat getting kicked.
What if, okay, I want to get a cat, I want to get a grey cat, and then make him wear like a Nyan Cat costume, and then I attach a little rainbow to the end of it, and then I'm like, I want to see if it can fly, and I throw him off a 2-story building. What if it worked? What if
Like you put him in a costume, but you put a harness on him and attach him to the ceiling.
That's awesome.
Like
What-
the fan.
And he's
turn the fan on the ground.
permanently stuck up there. Yeah, that's cool. That's a great idea. And then, what if they like during the Nyan Cat phase, like then NASA's next like rocket launch, they brought a cat, dressed him up in the little Pop-Tart costume, and then they made like a Nyan Cat parody video, but it's actually in space.
No.
That would have been awesome.
No, think about the cat,
Dude,
Max. The
they
cat
did
would
it.
be like-
I remember when Angry Birds Space, the space version of Angry Birds, there was a promotional video where there was this guy on the International Space Station, and he's playing with Angry Birds plushies, like flinging them around. And I was like, that's so cool. I want to go to space. I feel like most kids, you want to go to space. Space is cool.
Yeah, space is epic.
And then you realize that it's very terrifying, and you have to withstand like 8 to 9 Gs of force upon leaving the atmosphere, which is like 3 above what a regular human can handle. Along with
probably like.
Yeah, the suits are apparently really heavy.
yeah, and then you
Like,
most
worse.
regular people pass out at that, and you have to go through that. Like,
Without passing out.
Yeah, it sounds terrifying.
well, I think you can like black out for only like a tiny little bit and then wake up immediately. But if you passed out for too long, they do like tests on it obviously before they set them up. I heard that when training to become an astronaut, they'll like put them in like pools because it's kind of similar to floating around in space. That might
Well,
not.
don't they have
real.
those simulation things where they put them in like the pod thing and it goes round and round and round and round, like to simulate the force or whatever?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you used that to.
I remember
Never
those
mind.
things like that from Scooby-Doo episodes.
I remember it from a total drama episode. So what I remember it from. Yep.
Yep.
Do you remember when Angry Birds was like alive?
I loved Angry Birds.
No.
I got like a bunch of Angry Birds plushes. I used to really like. I don't think I ever liked. I always liked the idea of it more than the game. I like the designs and all that, even though they're very basic.
Yeah. But the thing is,
used
they've
to, like,
taken. Oh, sorry. You go, Star. You go.
Oh, okay, thank you. I used to like play Angry Birds on my mom's old Nokia in like 2000. I want to say 11. I don't know actually, but like I was really young, and we just moved into our new house.
Epic.
You know, what I find so stupid about the Angry Birds franchise is they had like a million games. Like they had Angry Birds Space, Angry Birds Star Wars, Angry Birds Rio 2, I think, and then they made a second Angry Birds Star Wars game and all that stuff. And then the next game they release is called Angry Birds 2. It's like, that's not the second Angry Birds game by a long shot.
Well, it's the second in the main series.
No, they're all in the main series. Angry Birds Space is definitely in the main series.
Do any of you remember that game, Angry Birds Stella?
Yeah. They had they had a cartoon series for that. They got cartoon series for lots of Angry Birds things.
Oh, yeah.
You know when you went to Angry Birds or whatever, and then they had the little thing in the corner where you could watch videos of whatever was on there?
Oh my god, yeah. I watched them all.
Yeah.
It was like really cute.
Yeah, and there was also like, I remember this one guy, he did like magic tricks with Angry Birds licensing things like plushes and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, look at him. Yeah.
And then he said, purchase Angry Birds on the App Store for $3.99 today.
They don't even have normal Angry Birds on the App Store anymore. They only have Angry Birds 2, Angry Birds Friends, Angry Birds Evolution, and Angry Birds Pop.
Did they delete Angry Birds?
They deleted every Angry Birds except for Angry Birds 2 and the stupid Bubble Pop games and the Piggies, like AR ones. They still have they still have bad Piggies.
Guys, don't delete Angry Birds off your phone. You can't re-download it. First Flappy Bird and now Angry Birds. Like all of the birds are getting purged.
Oh no!
They're like 2 Angry Birds movies.
What?
Why did they make those?
Oh my god!
Absolutely despise the fact that they not only made an Angry Birds movie, but then they got enough to make a sequel.
I know.
It's so awful. Also, all the redesigns in it are awful.
I know.
And then, yeah, that was not a very... Plus, the movie came out, like, what, 5 years after Angry Birds was relevant? It came out in, like, 2016. And, like, Angry Birds got its peak at, like, 2011.
They tried to make it re-relevant.
Yeah.
They try to make it re-relevant, like, revive it, but, like, there's no reviving it if you don't have Angry Birds Star Wars or Angry Birds Stella or even the original Angry Birds on the App
I can
Store.
understand them deleting Angry Birds Star Wars off the App Store if the license ran out, because I'm sure that license wouldn't have lasted that long. Also, also Angry Birds and Star Wars is now owned by Disney, so I don't know if that would still... that would be
I'm
so...
pretty sure, like, Rio is also a movie series, so...
Okay,
that's
so
probably why.
there's continuity here. So if Angry Birds is crossed over with Star Wars is in Disney Infinity, which is like that Disney that game, and other characters in Disney Infinity include, like, you know, you got Buzz Lightyear, Mike Wazowski, all that. That means that Angry Birds is in, like, technically the same universe as, like, Toy Story. So that means they could... What if Andy was... What if he was playing Angry Birds? Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart. Got lost in the game. Oh, baby, baby. Oops, I think I'm in love. God save above. I'm not that. Ravioli, give me the formula.
Wait, you guys know that song from VeggieTales with Larry? It's like, she said that I would like a cheeseburger.
That's kind of messed up for them to want to eat cheeseburgers because they're vegetables.
But and then in the middle of the song, the lady goes, "I'm sorry, but we're closed," and then he starts crying or something.
Wow.
Yeah. I never watched VeggieTales actually.
Oh yeah, I never watched it either.
We don't have it over here.
That I will personally get you a flight to Australia so we can watch VeggieTales together, Star.
Okay.
Imagine that's like you're like in a long distance relationship, and you like I promise that when we finally meet, we're gonna watch all 6 seasons of VeggieTales right on my couch, and then the girl is like, I wouldn't want anything less.
And then they get married. Listen to the like.
And then
when you
instead
get
of
married, listen to
instead of
music.
putting on a regular ring, they put on the onion ring.
The onion ring from Hungry Jack's.
Well, onion rings are real. They're real. They're vegetables.
What if it was like Peter Pan? You know when that scene that's like, I do believe in fairies. I do, but it can be like, I do believe in onion rings. I do believe in onion rings. And then the onion ring fairy appears. It's like, onion rings for everyone.
What if you're in an alternate universe?
No, I wouldn't.
What if you're in an
that.
alternate universe where onions didn't exist? And in like the
I
Shrek
would
scene,
love that. I would love that.
in the
I
sh-
hate onions.
in the Shrek scene where he's talking about how onions have layers, instead he's talking about what's another thing that has
Oranges.
layers? No, oranges don't. They have like 2 layers. Onions have
Cabbages.
yeah.
Lettuce.
Yeah, and he says, "No, cabbages. They have layers." Except it doesn't work because Donkey's like, because he's like, ogres. I like onion. Oh yeah, he says ogres. I like onions, and then Donkey's like, they smell. And then Shrek's like, no. And then he says they have layers. Except cabbages don't smell. So what could Donkey say instead? He says. Ogres, I like cabbages. And then Donkey's like, they're green. And then Shrek's like, no.
Okay,
and he's like,
okay.
wait, actually, yes.
What if instead of a vegetable, it's like smell? And then
Brussels sprouts.
What if
it's a bird.
What if that scene was like really shallow? So instead of Shrek coming up with a really elaborate thing about having layers or whatever, he's just like, ogres, I like cabbages. And then Donkey's like, they have layers. And then Shrek says, no, they're green. And then the scene ends. That's a good movie. I watched Shrek recently. Everyone likes to say it as a meme movie, but it's still a good movie. I think.
Yeah, I have a sticker of Shrek masturbating on my phone and WhatsApp.
What?
Let's move on. Okay,
Yeah.
Aleya, here's
Yes, Max.
a scenario. You have been called up by the head of Disney. He says, Aleya, I want you to come into our office this afternoon, the Australian Disney office that exists, and give us a movie pitch. We want to make you into a movie star with your own movie pitch. So
Yeah.
you step into the office. You've had no time to think this over. So me and Star will be like the executives, and you have to make a movie pitch.
Are we doing like a little? Like,
It's a little role play,
thing?
yeah. Okay.
Okay, interesting.
Okay. Aleya enters.
This is me opening the door. Ring.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi.
What was your
Hi.
name?
Aleya.
Ah,
Hi.
yes.
It's nice to meet you.
Yes, hello.
I have a pitch that will blow your mind.
We'll see.
Okay,
We'll
go on
see.
then.
Well, isn't that right? Yes, we'll see. We'll surely see.
You see?
Yes.
Okay.
You will.
So you,
You cut out. This isn't part of the role play.
there's
You
this
cut-
blind. Okay, so there's this blind girl, right? Her name is
Blind Eater?
exactly. That's a good name.
Blind Eater!
And then, so basically, it's a blind girl, right? She's having troubles through school. Everyone's picking on her.
Yes, school. Relatable.
Yeah, yeah, it's relatable to the young kids,
Yes,
Like,
yes.
you gotta
Young
be
kids
hip
go
with
to
the
school.
kids.
They love
Yeah.
the school.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very
And
young
then
blind people.
she falls in love with this boy, who is the ugliest boy in the school.
How does she fall in love? Does she feel him out with her blind woman stick?
Okay, stop. So basically, she's on the tennis courts
What,
because she's in the middle of HPE class, but the teacher's like, "You are not blind. You're not really blind. You can't see."
is this HPE teacher got some kind of vendetta against blind people?
Yes, this person. Yeah,
Their family was killed by blind people, and they want to get revenge.
Wow.
You see, this is the mind of a Disney executive, Aleya.
Yes. But basically, so you know in the movie how you always have to have two characters that hate each other. You always have to have that.
Yes,
That's
like me and Star over
Right.
here. Yes.
Yeah. There are two of those. There's the HPE teacher, and then the HPE teacher's daughter, popular
HP
girl.
Eater.
Yeah,
What's her
HPE
name?
teacher. She's the popular girl.
Disgusting. I
She-
hate her
she's-
already.
She's the popular girl, and you know, HP Eater is always picking on Blind Eater. So the HPE mom, the HPE teacher obviously hates her, and she's like, "You're not really blind," she's a bitch, and she gives her the tennis racket, and like everyone's like, it's like ready serve, and they're all like throwing things at her, and she can't do anything because she's blind, and then she's about to fall because all the balls have just hit her, and then the ugly boy comes and swoops her off her feet, and that's when Careless Whispers start playing in the background. You can get the licensing for that song.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, sure.
Okay,
Sure, fine.
Great
Yeah.
for Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bought Star Wars. If we own The Simpsons, okay, we can easily do
We
that.
own everything.
We probably
are-
own the guy who made that song. So yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay.
So then, they fall in love. She doesn't feel his face. She doesn't know who he is.
She doesn't feel all the lumps
No,
and the
she's
bumps.
holding on. When someone falls over and you like grab their back and you're like in that position of like, hey baby, what's poppin'? That position.
Breaking out of the roleplay for a second. No.
When Joel trips me over and then he catches me back and then
Yeah,
he
that happens all
like
the time.
Yeah, that's
Okay, back in
what happened.
character. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. So that's what happens. So he doesn't want her to know that he's the ugliest boy in the school, because even Blindetta over here knows that the ugliest boy in the school is ugly.
But why?
Okay,
Wait,
so-
why does she care? She can't see him.
Yes.
Because in her year it will be, so basically we're in the future in this movie, and people who are two different things together are seen wrong. So a blind person and a deaf person would be wrong.
Is this the future or is this right now?
Yeah.
Right now, the future, I don't care. But still, that's what happens. So he
2021.
makes up a fake name. Right? Makes up a fake name.
Cool. He's because he wants to pretend that he's handsome. He calls
Like-
himself Handsome
like-
Eater, even though
Yeah,
his real name is Ugly Eater.
No, his name is Handsome Boy, but really he ugly boy.
Right.
Okay.
So-
Yes.
So he says, "Oh, hi, I'm Handsome Boy," and she's like, "Wow, I'm Blindetta," and then they start like talking on the way, and he's guiding her through the halls. When all of a sudden, what was the popular girl name again? Populetta or something?
No, HP
She's,
Eater.
Oh,
It's Blindetta.
sorry.
You can't even remember your own characters.
Come on.
HP Etta sticks her foot out and knocks her over,
Oh,
and then she bullies
Despicable.
she bullies her. But then Handsome Boy comes in and was like, "No, you can't do that." And then she was about to say, "What are you going to do about it, ugly boy?" But then he punches her in the face before she gets to say the word ugly,
oh,
so that the
Yeah.
other wouldn't know.
oh.
So now she's in bed at home, and
This
she's
is too bright for kids. This
No,
sounds
no,
more
no,
like
no, no,
This sounds like an adult film. Can we have
Yes.
Adam Sandler playing Handsome Boy?
Hi.
Yeah, you see, if Adam Sandler's playing Handsome Boy, and Adam Sandler had a weird thing coming out of his hand that projects a pillow into her face, it's kid friendly. They can have a pillow fight instead of like a
Okay,
fist fight.
she's blind Eater's in her bed. Now what happens?
So her mum comes in. She's like, "Honey, you've been not talking for 7 hours now.
7 days.
What's going on? 7 days now. What's going on?" "Oh, well, I met this guy at school. His name's Handsome Boy. He's really handsome, apparently, according to what he's told me. He's really nice, and I like his personality." And she's like, "Okay, but as long as he's treating you nicely, blah 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 blah." And okay, so the next day they go to school. They're talking together, but then
Then wait, here's an idea. What if over the PA system, the person says, "Can Ugly Boy please come to the office?" And then Handsome Boy says, "Oh, I've got to use the restroom."
Okay, give me a second.
He has a question. Listen.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Come on. Listen to me. Okay. So, does Handsome Boy, this guy, does he have a crush on Blind Girl? Bandanna.
Blind Eater, yes.
He develops a crush from her.
Ooh.
So basically, that scene on the tennis court was a start of a development of a relationship. That little zing in their eyes, the little bit of like, "Ooh, wow, you're really cute." Kind of cute, I'm not gonna lie, you know. And it develops the relationship. Any more questions before I continue?
No, continue.
No,
Continue.
Please do go on.
So the next day of school rolls around, and Pieta notices that the blind girl is happy. The blind girl is happy. And then she turns to her friend. Sporty Sport Girl. She goes, "Sporty Sport Girl, have you noticed that the blind girl is happy?" She goes, "Oh my god, she's happy." And they're like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, that can't be. No one can be happy in the school except for me. That's why we pick on everyone else." So then Pieta tries to steal Handsome Boy away from Bandanna.
Damn.
So she sets up an elaborate plan. She pays another boy to act as Handsome Boy. And she'll never know because she's blind and she can't see him.
Yeah, and there's no other senses besides hearing.
Exactly. So, she finds someone with a voice similar, and she pays him $1,000 because she's that rich, popular girl.
Yes.
She's a rich, popular
Yes. Popular, rich.
Okay. Yes.
And she goes to Handsome Boy and goes, "I'm taking you now. You're mine." That's all she has to do.
Damn. And
The
then
HP teacher, and she can fail you at any time. So they switch places with the people, and Handsome Boy ends up having an affair with popular girl.
Oh no! This can't be good.
The sex scene isn't
Wait,
shown
what?
because
How old
it's a
are
school
they?
movie, but
what?
they're like 18. They're legal.
Okay.
This is a Disney movie.
Appropriate.
Mickey Mouse is going to have a cameo. He's going to say, "What? I'm not blind."
See, that's when you see when that scene of the movie rolls in, the whole movie pauses, and then Mickey Mouse comes in and says exactly that.
Okay, continue.
And then Goofy comes on the screen and goes,
This is getting a little bloated.
That's right, Mickey. This is for older kids. And then they hold a remote to the screen, and then they fast forward it past the sex scene.
Okay, continue.
Yes.
And then once it's done, they're like, "We can now enjoy the movie." And then it shows theater seats that are like attached to like these machines that swoop in, and then they sit on it and it's back out of frame, and then you just see Mickey's hand come back into frame and hit the play button and whip back out.
Oh.
Okay.
So, and then Blind Girl finds out that it's not Ugly Boy. I mean Handsome Boy, sorry. That it's some kind of prop boy. We're gonna call him prop boy. So then she runs over to Pieta and goes, "What have you done?" And then she was like, "Haha, your boyfriend's mine. You're not happy no more." and then she goes away crying. And
What
handsome
a tug at the heartstrings.
boy runs behind her. Handsome boy runs behind her and goes, Bandanna, wait for me! And he runs after her, and it's an emotional scene. You know that song from the Titanic, My Heart Will Go On? It's that whole entire, it's the entire, like, 3 minutes of that song.
Right, yes.
It's them running for a solid 4 to 3 minutes. And then he catches up to her and he's like, I'm sorry, like they're having a whole apology that's put up on YouTube. It's the apology video. It's him explaining to her that she's been set up, that he's actually, in fact, not handsome, that he's ugly. She's a little, taken back at first, but then she puts her hand on his shoulder, or what she thinks is his shoulder, and probably like the top of his head or something. But it's not what you think it was going to be. No, it's a Disney movie. But then she goes, ugly boy, you're not ugly. To me, you're my handsome boy. And then,
my heart.
then
how heartwarming.
And he swoops in.
My non-existent heart.
My non-existent heart. And then he swoops in for the kiss. And then it starts raining. And then it fades to black, and it starts playing It's Raining Men by the Weather Girls. And then it's prom night, and what would you know, they become prom king and queen.
And then when she's leaving the house to go to prom, she steps her heel into a pet chihuahua and red smoke seeps from his head.
Exactly.
We brought it full circle.
But also, just saying that the HPE teacher and HPETA are now seen as the peasants. In the end, because they exposed her for the lying, manipulative girl she really is. All her friends leave her, and they're like, we don't like you anymore. We're on Bandanna's side. And then it's just them ganging up on her and kicking her into the water. And then the credits roll.
I don't think this is a Disney film.
It's fine.
Netflix.
It's a yes from me. I think this is the best movie idea I've ever heard, and I've already got.
Can I say something?
I don't approve of the sex and violence.
There's two.
There's two what?
Yes, please.
The kids' ending. There's two endings to the movie. There's two different versions. So there's one for the adults. That's the one without the Mickey Mouse in it. The one without the other ending. But the kids one is the one with Mickey Mouse coming on the screen. That's like, oh, kids, this is bad for you. And then the second ending, the one for the kids, it's like, he goes, Bandanna, I know I was a bad girl. My mother is mean to me. And then her mother apologizes to her as well. And she goes, can you ever forgive me? And then they all forgive each other and become friends.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I approve.
Then what happens in the adult version?
The credits roll and Mickey Mouse jumps back on the screen.
He says the F word.
He goes, wow, isn't that a great movie? What do you think, Donald Duck? And then Donald Duck's like, yeah. Donald Duck come on the screen and he's drunk and he's holding a bib and I was like, oh, Donald, what do you think? That's fucking great.
Yeah. Well,
that's my pitch.
That's the end. Definitely a yes from me.
Yes.
And I already have a great name for it. We can call it Love at First Lack of Sight, because it stars a blind girl. So, we'll give you a budget of $15 million.
I was gonna say, I give you a budget of $15.
We start shooting this Sunday. We'll get Green Day to perform their own tie-in music video, and
Green Day can sing all the music we have the license to. They can
yes.
an edgy spin on the Careless.
We can make plush toys out of Blind Eater and Ugly Boy.
Yes. We can make action figures. like little dolls and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that.
You can even get drunk Donald Duck.
Wow! Exclusive
And when-
to the beloved not first lack of sight
And it comes
movie.
with vodka.
It's
you know
real
the
vodka.
Okay, guys, so hear me out on this toy pitch idea for our movie. You know how Woody has the string in the back,
Oh
and you
yeah.
pull it, and then it makes there's a snake in my boot or whatever.
Yeah.
If you think about it, for Donald Duck being drunk, he can have a vodka bottle in the hand, and you pull the vodka bottle out, and he's like, "Give me back the fucking alcohol."
What?
Bastards, get off my lawn!
I think that's about the end of the hypothetical movie pitch.
It was fucking great.
Now, Aleya, you go.
Boys, if you're ugly, find a blind girl.
That's the only chance you have.
Wait. I'm in the audio for a sec. Is that do you think that I should actually do that? Is that a good idea?
I mean,
like no,
it could be your only chance.
well, I mean, no, I mean,
I'll stop.
Star. I mean,
Yes.
do you agree to like that's not that's not a logistical thing, right? I mean, you know,
Yes. Okay, yeah.
Max, you will find a blind girl.
Yeah, just get a blind girl.
okay, I turned the microphones back on.
Yes, hello.
Okay, it's fading to black now.
Okay, yeah, okay, kids. Yep.